Welcome to Projects for All. My name is Mike, and today in this unassuming brown box is a sewer rotter. 1/2 inches, 100 feet, budget-based, from a company called Vevor. This company sent this down here for free for me to show you guys. A few weeks ago, a different company sent down a sewer inspection camera system. The sewer inspection camera video is linked at the end of this. It's not together because these companies are different. And you know what? If you're going to send something down here with no guarantee I'm going to tell you guys it's good, then they deserve separate videos. So 2 videos, 1 procedure. Let's get this thing out of the box, put it together, get it in the sewer, and see if it's any good. Hardware pack. Very nicely packaged. It's a heavy gauge handle. Very nice. Very heavy. Let's get this box out of here. We got some zip ties holding our drum, keeping our drum from rotating. This top knob is our tension knob. I have it tight. Forward is up. There's forward. Rotation in forward is this way. And there's our cable. This cable is coiled, but it has a cable inside. It is fairly heavy duty considering its low price tag. Putting in a reverse. At a glance, everything looks like it's working the way it should. Assembly seems pretty straightforward. We got a little bit of hardware, a couple wheels, an axle, a handle. The owner's manual is actually pretty good. It's clearly written, has your accessories there. Not bad, but this is the only page for assembly, and it clearly shows installing just the handle. So we'll figure it out. It doesn't look too hard. This is fairly heavy gauge tubing on this handle. This handle weighs a few pounds. Everything on this feels like a little better than budget, to be honest with you. Handle just slides down there. Comes with these bolts tacked to this bracket, and they just fit on the back side here, like so. And a plastic knob, but it does not feel like cheap ABS plastic. It could be, but it feels like it has more weight than cheap plastic. Got our axle shaft, solid piece of metal there. Slides right in. These tires weigh like 3 or 4 pounds a piece. This feels like commercial grade, good quality. Thing weighs a ton. The shaft necks down here, so the tire stays right on the outside of that shaft. 17 millimeters. It came with this very nice metal toolbox. The lid doesn't lock shut, but it looks nice. And it's nice and heavy. It's good gauge metal. There's little tiny Phillips heads. There we go. Not bad. Came with 4 different types of cutter heads. You get the 2-piece, the spade, seed cutter, and the old bulb. Came with 2 bolts to attach and an Allen key. Last but not least, this knob here, I'm pretty sure is for this plastic cover that covers the pulley and the belt. It threads on, but this came installed with a nut on there, so I'm just gonna do that because now it's double nutted and ain't coming off of there. All right, so we're gonna run this through my clean out, which is right here. I'll show you the video. You should be looking at it right now. At about 40 feet, there is quite a bit of roots. I can't actually get the camera through it, so we're gonna run it through. I'm gonna try and go out almost 100 feet and then we'll pull it back. We're gonna use the bulb first, and if we don't get good results, we'll switch to something else. So let's run it through once and we'll send the camera down. I'll show you the footage and we'll see if we did good. All right, so we go down about 2 feet, 2.5 feet, and then we gotta turn left. And that's the only bend in this, obviously. This goes straight out to the street. That is forward. We have our motor on forward. Seems to be feeding smooth. Well, we went about halfway out, probably about 50 feet. Came back just to see what was going on, and no roots at all. So let's try something else. There we go. Just easier to make the bend before we even start. All right, so we're finally getting some roots back out here. We went about 80 feet with that scraper blade attached to the end there, and I think we're getting close. Probably have a little ways to go, but we've developed quite the imbalanced drum, and I've had to help it quite a bit to feed back. You can see now that we've got about half the line back in at least, you can tell by what's on there that it is feeding on its own. But we got some good roots here. So that is promising. There we go. There we go. Not bad. Not freaking bad. We broke both blades off our cutter head. It's still on there. It's still bolted. There's the bolt. Well, looks like it did its job before it broke, but it's kind of disappointing that that broke. So here's the inspection camera part. I'll send you down. Let's see how we did. All right, here we are. Start you off at about 6 feet. And the very first thing we're going to come to is our cutter head. There it is, sitting right about 10 feet. This is a budget camera system. You can see the video at the link at the end of this video, but it doesn't self-correct. So it looks like it's stuck to the ceiling. It is not. It's just the camera head is upside down and it doesn't self-orientate. So there you are. We'll push through. We're gonna go from about 13 feet to about 30 because there's nothing to see. Everything's cleaned out, no roots. And then back here, we start to see some roots at about 35 feet. At 40 feet, right up here, you'll see that most of our obstruction is gone. So we got that. And it's just little roots all the way through. We did a pretty decent job of cleaning this out. We're back on the table. Let's pull in here a little bit and I'll show you how we ended up after essentially 2 uses. Line out, line in, 2 times. There's 2 things to note here, really. I didn't actually break the blade off this. The blade is one piece. You see it in the video sitting in the sewer line. And it just came unthreaded. So a little Loctite would have saved me from that, but oh well. Eventually that thing will rust out and just disintegrate in that pipe. I could feed a magnet down there to grab it too if I wanted. As far as how the rest of it did, the frame and the main part of this is very solid, and I'm impressed actually with the weight and quality of everything. Motor's quiet, it drives fine. I did not put it in reverse, but it works okay. The feed, this drive here, it's so-so. Once you get the line all the way out, it's a little weak. The foot control works perfect. It takes just a little bit of pressure. But that brings us to our next issue. This thing is shaking itself to death. The real issue here, the shaft that it sits on in the back feels like it's wearing out. Now, I did not take this all apart, but I figured it was an imbalance inside there. Maybe this got coiled up inside there and we had a little heavy spot and it was causing that, but no, man, this drum is just loose from the backside. So in the end here, what I thought was gonna be a pretty nice offering for 400 bucks, it seemed like not a bad deal, especially coming out of the box, but yeah. Eventually I'll take this drum off of here and take this all apart and see what actually failed. or is failing and see if I can't do something with it, because it's a shame to let this thing go to waste. I mean, the motor works, it feeds a cable, so I will probably rig this to work, and so I just have a usable piece rather than go buy another one. It's here. These things weigh a ton. They're a pain in the neck to move around. So let me know what you guys think. Vevor sewer drain cleaner, probably not ready for prime time, sadly. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching my video. Hit like, hit subscribe. It helps out the channel, and you don't miss out on all the upcoming stuff we got going on. We got quite a few table saws. There's a brand new Bosch sitting right behind you, ready to go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.